Samba Sundays. Shout out to João Nogueira, Jeito Moleque, Jovelina, Jorge Aragão. But today we're looking into Jorge Ben Jor. He was born in Rio in 39, and his music played a really important role in the development and progression of Brazilian music as a whole. In fact, similar to Gilberto Gil, it's hard to define Jorge as being purely a samba artist. He went through several different phases in his career and pulled influences from a bunch of different genres as well. He rose to fame back in the 60s. He performed Mas Que Nada, which is arguably one of his most famous compositions, in a small venue in Rio, and a Philips representative was there that night, saw him, signed him onto the label, and shortly after he dropped his first single. Things took off for him after that. But in order to understand his importance to Brazilian music, we have to look at the historical context of the time. As we just said, he rose to fame back in the 60s, and he was around for all of those major cultural movements that were happening around the world during that time. And in Brazil, it was no different. The interesting fact about Jorge, though, was his ability to kind of fit in everywhere. In Brazil at the time, there was two major cultural movements happening. On one side, we had the Jovem Guarda, which took a lot of influence from American culture and embraced the British rock scene that was happening at the time. And on the other side, we had a more traditional MPB movement that looked more inwards and drew inspiration more from traditional bossa nova and samba. And because of Jorge's unique style, he was able to kind of fit into both of those areas. In fact, he felt right in the middle, and he was loved by both sides of the conversation, which was interesting. But yeah, we could spend all day trying to fit Jorge into a box. Some would say that he's a bossa nova artist. Some would say that he's a rock artist. Samba, MPB, samba rock, funk, pop even. Regardless of all of that, he made good music. And in my opinion, he was one of those artists that took samba and decided to do his own thing with it and just have fun. And I like it. I think it adds to the conversation. Sou Jorge Ben Jor, singela homenagem, espero que goste.